Well, good morning. It is Friday, July 16th. Yes, we have made it to Friday. I'm Danielle Wiggins with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC Facebook and YouTube pages. Coming up, we have advice from health experts on the Delta variant and your kids. What Tokyo is looking like now that we're 1 week out into the opening ceremony for the Olympics, and what's new in Northeast Ohio. But first, Holly is tracking those storms that are sticking around today and through the weekend.
Thanks, Danielle. And boy, rain is the story today. Flash flood watches continue through early tomorrow. And as we do go hour by hour through the afternoon, it is looking not only rainy, but stormy at times. We could even be talking some strong to severe storms, very heavy rain, 1 to 3 inches a possibility by early tomorrow for some of you. And it's going to be along those same lines heading into this evening. Will you get a little breather here and there? Absolutely, but very consistent on and off showers, thunderstorms. This is the view tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. So it's going to be a soaker to start off your Saturday especially, and we'll have rains through the afternoon at times and even into tomorrow evening, some spotty showers before we finally start to dry things out on Sunday, and that should be a delightful day. Now, as far as the next 5 days and rainfall totals, you'll notice how we are definitely in that higher range, so it could get quite impressive, and that's all going to depend on where these downpours and heavier storms persist. Just make sure that you're keeping up with the latest forecasts. Rain and storms the rest of this Friday, and flash flood watches continue. Highs in the upper 70s. And then looking ahead to a rain-filled Saturday, 70s for highs, 80 and turning mostly sunny on Sunday. And I've got to say, I mean, next week we really see a beautiful weather pattern. Lots of sunshine and very seasonal. Highs will be in the 80s. Danielle, back to you.
Thank you so much, Holly. And we start with developing news. A Cleveland School District high school coach has drowned in the Atlantic off the coast of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Marzelle Pink was the Dean of Engagement and a powerlifting coach at Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School. The district says starting today, grief counselors will be at the school as needed. Now to the latest on the COVID Delta variant, as it now accounts for nearly 60% of all new cases in the U.S. The concern with this rapidly spreading variant is how it may affect kids who aren't yet eligible for vaccines. For them, keeping masks handy and staying socially distant is recommended. But vaccine trials for kids are happening right now, including one right here in Northeast Ohio for children 6 months to 5 years old.
We have unbelievably about 200 people that want to participate in a trial that we will only be able to enroll 30 or 35 people. It looks to me from where I sit that we still won't have vaccines available for children under 11 until much later in the fall.
And according to the CDC, children are less likely than adults to have serious COVID-19 infections. But there are still unknowns when it comes to the Delta variant. NBC News reports that the FDA is saying emergency authorization for COVID-19 vaccines in children under 12 could come early to mid-winter. After that, they'll move quickly to get full approval. And more fallout from the pandemic. A new study says COVID may have interrupted routine vaccination programs worldwide, putting millions of children at risk for vaccine-preventable diseases. Researchers at the University of Washington estimate that at least 17 million children around the globe miss immunizations for diseases like measles, diphtheria, tetanus, and whooping cough. Now to the Olympics. Several developments out of Tokyo this morning when it comes to the pandemic. Remember, the opening ceremonies are now just 1 week away, and the Olympic host city hit a 6-month high in new COVID infections. Tokyo is still under a state of emergency as athletes continue to pour into the airports, including Team USA's women's gymnastics team. Here's Simone Biles on this year's Olympic experience.
It'll be different, but it'll be worth it, and at least we get the opportunity to still compete at Olympic Games.
Some athletes from South Africa, Croatia, and Kenya had to isolate because they've had close contact with someone who tested positive either in Japan or on the flight over. And we have an update now on Ohio Task Force 1. The team is back home this morning. They arrived at their headquarters near Dayton Thursday afternoon. After spending nearly 2 weeks looking for survivors, helping to recover bodies in the rubble of that collapsed building in South Florida. The group helped recover 14 victims. And recovery efforts at the collapsed site may be coming to an end soon. Miami-Dade police say 90 of the 97 confirmed dead have been identified. Switching gears now, here are 3 things to know locally. We're getting our first look at the vision for the future of Tower City Center. Now, it was once a shopping hub that would bring families downtown. Well, it now is in need of a change. Real estate developer Bedrock describes its vision for the 366,000 square foot space as a destination marketplace. It will feature new retail and dining options, including small and minority-owned businesses, as well as entertainment, headliner events, and art installations. The first stages of this are expected to start showing up as soon as this fall. And from orange barrels and construction zones to biking and hiking, the Ohio Department of Transportation has a new focus these days. With more and more Ohioans not using a car as a way to travel, they say that they're looking into safety improvements along roads, trails, and sidewalks. The state says that in Ohio, people walking and biking make up about 14% of all traffic deaths. The campaign is called Walk Bike Ohio and will continue over the next 5 years. Alrighty, Browns fans, where are you? I have some great news for you because training camp will have 12 free open practices out in Berea starting 2 weeks from today. It will be the return of fans to training camp for the first time since the pandemic. Each practice will be capped at about 2,000 fans based on team health and safety guidelines. Fans can register for up to 4 tickets starting Monday on the Browns app or clevelandbrowns.com. Okay, it's time for some of the best news you'll hear all day. Get ready for a fright at Cedar Point this fall. Yes, HALLOWEEKENDS are coming back. Starting September 17th, you can expect scare mazes and haunted attractions to take over the park. During the day, families can expect tricks and treats, fall fest, and a food tasting tour for the park's 150th anniversary celebrations. HALLOWEEKENDS run through October 31st. And also, the Cleveland National Air Show is returning as well, with tickets on sale now. The air show takes place Labor Day weekend, and just in case you're wondering, that's September 4th, 5th, and 6th at Burke Lakefront Airport. You have to get your tickets in advance. No tickets will be sold at the gate. And get this, they are $5 off through August 30th. Okay. So this next story is something that may be a little unbelievable. So the auction winner who was supposed to be on the first Blue Origin passenger flight into space, well, they have a scheduling conflict. So 18-year-old Oliver Damon gets to go instead. He'll be the youngest person ever in space when that flight happens with Jeff Bezos. And if you remember, Wally Funk, the woman going to space with them, well, she's going to become the oldest person ever to be in space. The flight is scheduled for this Tuesday. And in case you're wondering how much that auction winner paid to be on the flight, $28 million. Wow, must be nice to have that kind of money. Well, thank you for taking time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and beyond. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I'm Danielle Wiggins, and I'll see you Monday morning on Go starting at 4:30 a.m. Have a great weekend, everybody.